everybody. What's going on? Thank you for joining us for this special show here where we're going to watch some of the auctions end for the Cartoonist for Kamala, trying to raise some money. How much we got in so far, Bill?
Last I checked, we are over $28,000. Yeah, and nothing is closed yet. So
yeah, let me pop that up real quick.
Yeah, we're still 25 minutes away from the first auction closing.
So what do we got here? Third Joe's pieces at 800. Let's see.
Can we zoom on those at all?
I can click on I have to click on them individually like that.
Okay.
So there you go. So there's
oh, that says 985 now. That's gone up.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's
and we are joined in here by a bunch of the artists who donated pieces.
Yeah, let's introduce everyone.
Yeah, let's go. So first one in was Joe Vaughn. How you doing, buddy?
All right, guys. So happy to be a part of this, and kudos to all the effort and hard work that you guys put into, I don't know, get this all organized and 4C Comics, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Excellent, thank you. And Ray Alma, he came in second. How you doing?
Good. Nice to see you guys. A good cause. I'm all for it. This is very exciting.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Dave Warren, one of our organizers, he came in after that. And
hey.
By Mike Allred. How you doing, Mike?
Super awesome. How are you?
Nice to see you. I saw met him last year at OAX. And Keith Tucker, how are you, sir?
Oh, good.
All right. If anybody's going to get kicked out of the stream, if we have too many people, it's going to be me. So don't worry about it.
I'm getting an echo.
20 is your
How many
limit?
is too many?
I think it's 11 or something like that.
Oh, 11. Okay.
Yeah.
So I can take a break at some point if we have more people in the room.
And I got a diabetic dog, so I might have to bounce earlier. I got to give her insulin shot. So,
Can the audience that's watching this weigh in on stuff?
Yeah, Dave, there's a comment section. So
so if it gets too crowded, you should have the audience choose who gets to leave. It's like
we do it like Survivor kind of deal. Like
they vote on who gets to leave.
Scott Shaw is watching.
Had to snuff your fire.
Scott said he was coming on. What happened?
How do you fix the echo?
If you have an echo, it might be coming in. You might have two devices, or you can turn one down, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, usually
have
an echo. It's
because you're watching it on one screen and you're doing it on another screen. That was an echo. Let's see. Scott piped in.
There's Scott Shaw.
He said he was going to be coming on. I don't know where
Hey, Scott Shaw.
Yeah, Scott. What's going on?
You got that right, Scott. Oh, we got a call coming in.
That's it.
Go to the lines.
You took it right out of my mouth.
So, do any of you guys have auctions that are closing tonight? I don't think so.
Mine's ending on Monday, I think.
Okay, so the pressure's off on us.
I got a couple of days, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can just relax and enjoy and watch the auctions close and not have to bite our nails.
Yeah,
guys, and your outreach, and then including getting like Mark Hamill to share the post. Talk a little about how you networked and then got something happen.
Well,
Yeah, it's okay.
I turned off my phone.
Oh, hi, Laura. How are you?
I don't even know when my auction ends. I'm trying to
Hey,
find
that fixed it.
Did that fix it? Oh,
Yeah.
good.
wow, it was telepathic audio.
Or maybe not.
It was Laura's
It
fault.
must have been mine.
So wait a minute. Back to there was a cohesive question there, which was, Mr. Vo.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you guys, obviously, there's an immense task to assemble all these artists, and you got some big names in there. Mine is not big, but you got some big ones. And like talk a little bit in networking to, spread the word and then getting Mark Hamill to share it. I mean, that's a lot to
that was
handle.
huge. Well, the way this whole thing started was Dave Warren contacted me. He had this idea for some sort of a grassroots fundraising effort called
Right on, Dave.
Cartoonist for Kamala. And Dave and I are Facebook friends, and we're both Simpsons alumni. And Dave said, Bill, I know you're connected to a lot of comic book people. Is this something you would like to help me? Whoa. I'm in the middle of a thunderstorm here, so apologize for that.
Holy
Wow.
Is that some of that gang warfare out there in South Central?
It's the Irish mountains. The leprechauns are acting
South
up.
Central Michigan?
Yeah, the leprechauns out here in the Irish hills are.
Using the
By
lightning.
the way, my auction ends in 1 hour.
Oh, okay.
Shoot. Let's focus on Mike.
Yeah, let's talk about Mike.
Yeah, I can come back to the story of how this whole thing started. When I saw Mike's painting of Spidey, and all the cool kind of Ben-Day dot-ish detail, like in the eyes and the background.
Here it is in real life.
I'm really what?
Here it is in real life.
Awesome.
I'm curious as to what your process is for this, if you don't mind sharing that.
Yeah.
Well, I did a series of them. I wanted to take back, Roy Lichtenstein was famous for ripping off comic panels and not editing them. And so, I wanted to make my own. And so I used a template for, anyway, it's a simple acrylic on canvas board. And then I used a stencil to spray paint the dots.
Wow.
It's really cool.
It's amazing.
Nice.
Hey, Ken, is there a way that we could either enlarge the image, the eBay image, or click on Mike's?
I'm working on that right now for you.
Cool.
Yeah, let's get Mike up bigger because he's
got this under control here.
Hey, Scott. Scott.
Hey, gentlemen. How you doing?
Hey, Scott.
Hi,
Becker,
Scott.
what's up?
Well, just waiting. I think mine's the first wave too. So
We're trying to get Mike up bigger so we can see that Spidey painting.
Oh, wait, you have to flip his view too. He's upside down.
I'm looking for it on my computer. I didn't realize he was doing that.
There he is.
Yeah.
Yay!
Nice. I didn't realize the Ben-Day dots were in the eyes too. That's really cool.
Wow.
Yeah, I think maybe the photo didn't show those that well, but I saw a different photo that Mike sent me from his phone, and I saw those. I saw those.
It was too big to fit on our scanner, so
Wow, that's really freaking.
yeah, and the red is really, really strong. With the photo, it looked pretty dark. So this is even better. Yeah.
Yeah, really nice.
Super sweet.
This one got the first bid instantly. I think right after I listed it, it wasn't maybe 5 minutes before it got a bid.
That's awesome. Those dots do some fun stuff with the transmission too. They kind of move on their own a little bit over the video. Like, whoa.
Yeah. You catch the light.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that prismatic effect is pretty cool. Well, think about having that in your home and just passing it. You know what I mean? And during the day, how the light hits it. That's just that's everything.
And Laura kissed it, so there's extra value.
There's some Laura lipstick on there.
Yeah.
Can that be authenticated?
Laura.
We need a COA from Laura. Hey, Mike, what's that on your jacket?
Yes, that was my question.
He's Boba Fett, man.
Yeah, it's a Boba Fett windbreaker.
Only Mike Allred, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, for those
cool windbreaker.
balmy fall afternoons.
Only Mike Allred.
Hey, Scott, I'm Joe. Why are you a pain in the ass? You look like a nice guy.
Oh, you haven't lived with me.
So somebody else typed that part in?
No, I'm just being honest. That's all.
It's important.
We're getting a
If
lot of
anybody,
echo.
I was going to say, and if somebody doesn't do the Lou Gehrig line, I will.
Oh,
For
got
the-
a fan running. Let me turn that on.
For the show and tell portion of the show, I just finished making this.
Oh,
Cylon,
wow.
is that a little Cylon mask? Wow. Oh no, it's a. I got it. See, sorry, I was going too old.
What did you
Whoa.
make that out of?
3D printing.
Oh, talk to Ken. Ken's been a
Can you wear it?
3D printer maniac.
Oh yeah.
What kind of printer do you have, Mike?
Oh, I don't do the printing, but I do all the finishing.
Gotcha.
Wow, either the
all
mushroom,
the sanding and painting and everything, weathering.
What was that? How did
I
that
think-
stop?
Oh, I guess it's Keith. It's Keith whose microphone was echoing on us. So.
Maybe
That's good.
I'm having problems.
Oh no, you're good, buddy. Whenever you want to talk, just chime in. If you want to just mute yourself whenever you're not talking, if you want to.
Oh,
Or-
now we're
you
the
know what?
Brady Bunch.
Yeah, or we can just deal with the echo because we're grown people and we can.
No,
Ray is
but
Alice.
if I'm causing the echo, I'm the problem.
Keith,
I tried.
It's okay.
This is where we all look at each other like this.
I'm trying the settings, and
Yes.
I got to do it today. I consider myself. Oh, we muted.
Yeah, I turned.
Yeah, I was
So
gonna do
Bill,
it.
Bill is dad, Scott is mom. I'm Jan. No wait, yeah, right. Are the boys on this side or that side?
I don't
Yeah, I
remember.
think you're right.
All I know is Ray is the
Ray is Alice.
I'm out.
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely the only one we know.
I'm 10 years older than most of you, so that wasn't my thing. So it's your problem now.
Well, for anybody who's just joining us, we're all here because
So was it
all of these-
Hazel?
all of these wonderful artists are joining us because we have their auctions are all ending in some of them are ending sooner than others, but they pretty much start all in about 14 minutes. All these auctions for the for Kamala, they all end and they're all on YouTube or on eBay right now.
Kamala.
Kamala, what did I say?
Kamala.
Oh Jesus.
We're all doing our small.
You're doing great,
parts.
Jeff. Carry on. Keep going.
Well, I got thrown off because I was told 7:45, and then I look at my phone and Ken's like, "Oh, everybody's already on. You're late." And I'm like, "Jesus."
Oh, boy, I didn't say you were late.
Well, I know. Well, that's what I read between the lines. But I wanted to let everybody know that that Kamala, all her auctions are on eBay right now. You guys, they're going to start ending in about 14 minutes. They all end at different times. I'm still waiting for that Arthur Adams one to come up so we can not post that one, so I can just get that. All of you guys, all your stuff is going for way more money than I can afford. So I figure if I can nip the bud on the Arthur Adams before it gets listed, I might have a shot. But yeah, these are just incredible pieces by some wonderful artists who are contributing to a great cause. I mean, look at these. Anybody can look at them on their own, but we got them all scrolling up here right now. We just saw Mike's beautiful Spider-Man. Finally, Bill, who posted all of these individually and was spending 45 hours on the description for each one, finally decided to put some up of your own. Are yours up there yet, Bill? Did you put any of your own artwork in there yet?
I just posted one. It's a Simpsons Treehouse of Horror advertising piece.
Nice.
Excellent.
So it's from Treehouse of Horror number 8.
Oh, Bruce
2002.
Tim's it. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
I know. Look at that.
figure this out.
Whoa.
Mike Mignola's got a nice Hellboy painting in there.
Oh man, that thing is
Yeah.
awesome.
Wow,
Oh,
look
gorgeous.
at this.
Nice.
3,500.
I don't know if you guys noticed while Ken was doing this, he got outbid for something. I saw it pop in the corner of the screen.
I know.
Wow. If you look beneath where mine is, it says similar art, and it's all manga porn for some reason. Manga porn isn't dirty because everything's been
Or
white.
like
So it's even weird.
if you like this, you'll love these.
This is the piece I wanted.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, I wish I had the budget for that.
The original movie.
Yeah.
Love it.
What is this one going for now?
We are at 600 right now.
It's a steal. It's really a steal at 600.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Amazing.
I tried to bid on this.
creative.
I tried to bid on this from my personal account. I mean, like legitimately bid on it, and eBay shut me down. They said I was shill bidding,
Yeah, well,
and they wouldn't let me do it.
Oh, because you're running the auction.
Yeah, well, they said that my account was linked to the seller account, so they wouldn't
Oh,
allow
look at
it.
that.
This
Bill,
the
Bill,
one-
do you want me to bid on it
Good
for
God.
you? You can
Bill
pay me back
Thompson.
in New York. Do you want me to bid on it for you?
Yeah, would you?
Sure.
All right.
See, so you got once again, this is all this is all going to a good cause, guys. So there is no, no one's trying to steal something from somebody else. We're not going to like cancel the the bids if it doesn't get to a certain amount. We just want to raise as much money as possible for Kamala
these-
so that we can,
Is
do
it tax
something.
deductible? Or
I-
contribution
So
tax deductible?
I don't think donations are.
No.
yeah.
I mean, I don't think.
Yeah, any political contribution is not tax deductible, which is one of the things we found out through this whole process.
Right.
Dave and I learned so much that we didn't know going in. If you want, I'll resume talking about how this whole thing started.
Yeah.
Yeah, do that.
So Dave contacted me, and he knew that I knew a lot of comic book people and some animation people.
If
and asked
I'm
if I wanted
causing this echo, I gotta go.
There's no echo.
No, we got it. You're good. No echo.
You're good.
Oh, you do? I still got it.
Oh no, you sound fine now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the audio's
We
good
sound
now.
bad to you, Keith? Is that what's going on?
Well,
Do we
good.
sound-
I'm not messing things up. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Okay. So anyway, I immediately said yes, and I've done a lot of auctions like this before. As some of you know, I've pestered you and begged original pieces before for things like auctions to benefit St. Jude and Puerto Rican hurricane relief, a lot of things through the National Cartoonist Society Foundation. And so I just reached out to a lot of people that I've reached out to before who've been very generous in the past. And the response was overwhelming. When we first started this, I was aware that there was a limit to what one person can donate to a political campaign, which is $3,300. And I thought, well, maybe we'll make $3,000, and it won't be any problem, if Dave or I, whoever's account this money goes into, we can just send it to the Harris Walls campaign and no problem. But when I started seeing the work that was like the things people were sending me, Bruce Timm sends me a Batman drawing, and I was aware that they were pricey, but I looked them up and I was like, whoa, we have at least a $3,000 piece here, maybe more. Eric Powell and Mike Allred and a lot of comic strip artists, Sergio. I think before I hung up the phone, Sergio had started drawing this.
Yeah.
He was done.
By the time you did hang up.
Yeah.
You're right.
He was on it immediately. Everybody was so generous. Everyone was like, not only did people say, yes, I'll do it, but everybody thanked us for doing this. Everyone said, thank you for including me. Thank you for thinking of reaching out to me to do this. So that kind of speaks to the passion that I think we all feel about how important this election is, and the need to do whatever we can as artists to help Kamala win. So that's how it started. It just, it kept growing and growing. We hit a lot of roadblocks. We wanted to get this thing launched a lot earlier.
Wow.
But we hit roadblocks with campaign finance laws and things like that. We finally, because I've known Mark Hamill and his wife Mary Lou for years, I thought, well, Mark is obviously very vocal about trying to get Kamala Harris elected. Maybe I can reach out to Mark and see if he knows somebody, some organization that we can get this money to, because we had too much money to just send it directly to the Harris Walls campaign. So we needed a super PAC or a PAC of some kind that we could send the money to. And I wasn't finding anyone. I wasn't finding like a good organization that I could trust. And I thought, I need a recommendation. I need somebody I trust to tell me, send the money to these people. And so I reached out to Mark and Mary Lou, and they said, hey, we're doing a fundraiser for this grassroots Democrat HQ organization. We think they're really good. They did the fundraiser, and they came back to me and they said, yeah, they're solid. We'll put you in touch with them. And so I talked to the lady who basically runs the chat. Oh, there he is.
Hey, Mark's here.
Yeah.
Mark's shorter than I thought he was.
We weren't sure if he would make
Hollywood.
but there he is.
Hey, Mark.
Anyway, I had a great conversation with Tamara Levinson, who runs this organization, and they do amazing work. They run phone banks, they do canvassing, they rent buses to send canvassers to other states like Arizona and Nevada. They do so much good work that it's all the stuff that you and I would do, like if we had time. We hear about, oh, you should, volunteer to get on a phone bank or to canvas and go door to door. Well, we don't have time to do that, or maybe we're too timid, but we can donate a piece of artwork, and it raises a ton of money, and it goes to help these people do the things that we can't do. Dave, do you have anything to add to that long-winded explanation?
No, well said, my friend. Well said. No, I think that one of the, just to, I guess, pile on to what you said, the challenges of trying to actually donate money was much greater than we ever anticipated. Most campaigns you would think would welcome the money, but because of all the legalities and the implications of impropriety that are involved, the regulations are very, very strict. So you realize now why campaigns and organizations start years in advance, because to get to this point is challenging. And yeah. I think that which is kind of cool, because if you look at what the campaign has done, they really stepped up to a really quick challenge, and we did. And to see us right now at probably we're over 30,000 right now, in less than a week is just really incredible. And so I'm just so grateful, and it feels good, and it just feels good to see, like you said, all these people that go, hey, how can we help? What can I do? And it also, we're talking about community. A couple of the guys that are in this chat with us here right now, Joe and Keith, are both people that I met through animation, and both people that I reached out to and said, hey, you want to help? And they both went, I'm in. And that's the really cool thing about this. Because it does have there's a feel good thing about this, and it feels good to see this community doing some really amazing stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, comic and animation people are literally some of the best people in the world. My experience with doing auctions has, if nothing else, has just increased my opinion of my fellow comic artists and animators, because I've had very few occasions where people have said no, or have been maybe a little bit short with me because they've already been pestered 100 times this year to donate things, and they're kind of at the end of their rope with that. There have been maybe one or two occasions where that's happened, but really overwhelmingly, comic artists and animation people are so generous. And I think it's because, I mean, if you're all like me, you're kind of thrilled by the fact that you can almost sort of print money in your studio. You can sit down and do a drawing, and a thing that didn't exist 5 minutes ago might now be worth $100 or $200 or $500, and you can use that. It costs you a little bit of time and some materials, and it can raise money to help somebody in a good cause. And it's almost like magic that we can do that. And so I think most of us realize that. And so when we're asked to be involved in an effort like this, we just can't help but say yes, because it just feels good. It feels great to be able to do that.
I have to admit, like, being a part of this, you know, you're kind of in your own personal bubble as an artist. You make, you know, for me, I paint and I work on the show, but
10 seconds, the first auction ends.
Oh,
3, 2,
New Year's Eve.
That's Sergio.
Sergio's win
Sergio.
for
Nice job. Jeez.
985.
985.
Really cool.
Nice.
Oh,
Right.
like manga stuff, huh?
Yeah.
But I would just say, like, as the community and the list of artists participating and people that, you know, are legends to me, all of you guys, like, it's nice to know that, like, artwork, you really appreciate the creator of that artwork is kind of the same mind as you. Like, oh, you know, it just makes you feel connected in a nice way to the community, and know that, you know, you got good wing people out there making great art too. And I don't know, it was a nice feeling.
Hey, I gotta just say,
it looks like the minimum wage page just sold, the first one.
Yeah, you're going to see, unless we're watching all of these pages.
Because I can't.
Yeah. Once they close, unless we're watching them all, we can't see the finals. So, Bill, you're
let me see if I can pull that up.
Sure. And then, and also, Bill, let me know how much money you want me to bid for this Jungle Book thing. You're the high bidder right now, by the way.
See,
okay.
Those are conversations we probably shouldn't be having.
No, that'll be private.
Well, like I said, there's no showing of this.
No, you know, I'm just saying, maybe not. While Bill's doing that, I just want to touch on one of the things, like, Joe, what you were saying. For me as an artist, like, you and I started out working at HBO on Spicy City for Ralph Bakshi, right? Mm-hmm. You have history with Ralph, personal idol. We're both like East Coast guys, right? And you go, it was this moment where we were like, wow, I'm actually working for a guy that I idolized, right? And like wanted to be, you know, like wanted to be like, right? Mm-hmm. And this auction has given me that again, because the Gary Trudeaus, the Cathys, the Sergios, those people are the people that I looked up to when I wanted to be a cartoonist and I wanted to be an artist. And here we are doing this thing that they're involved with and have donated art to. I mean, like I said, it just gives me those chills where I go, how cool is that, right?
Yeah, kind of magical, right? It's sweet.
It's amazing. I mean, Keith and I used to be on the same floor with Bruce Timm. And you know, back when we were doing Animaniacs and Pinky and the Brain, the floor was split in half. And on one side of the elevator was Animaniacs, Pinky and the Brain crew. And on the other side was Batman. So it was like you think about all of this, how it's full circle. Just like, I love it. You know, I love it. I love it.
Well, Marcus in the chat was nice enough to show us the final bids for a few of these pieces. So the minimum wage page went for $251, and then the McConnell went for $510. So thank you, Marcus.
Nice.
Yep.
Wow.
Next up is his Doonesbury page.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Oh, Doonesbury, great.
This is
I'm gonna go feed my dog and give her an insulin shot. Feel free to look at some of my dirty clothes in the background while I'm gone.
Is there any way we can zoom in on Joe's
Oh,
room?
it's kind of messy.
Yeah, Joe's room full screen, please. No, I'm just.
Yeah.
Oh,
There
you
it
didn't.
is.
Oh.
That's the best.
So the first minimum wage page by Bob Fingerman went for $2.51.
Mm-hmm.
The United States Constitution, a graphic adaptation, 2-page spread went for $510.
That's great.
The Dino Saucers by Andrew Peapoy went for $57.66. We all know Sergio's went for $9.85. And the Protectors Incorporated by Gordon Purcell and Andrew Peapoy went for $51.
Yeah, and the Doonesbury's got 20 seconds left, and it's at 18:25. So we'll see where that one ends. So,
All right, let's
That's
count
good.
that one down.
all right, hold on. All right, here we go. So 10, 9, 8, 7.
7, 6, 5, 4.
Oh, popped up. Look at that.
Oh, do we get a sniper? Do we get a sniper? No sniper?
Ooh, we broke 2,000.
Nice.
2,082.
2,082.56.
Yeah, I love the sniper.
Yeah.
All right.
Congratulations.
I don't
Get
usually
it all
root.
in one place, Kamala.
Listen, yeah, I don't usually root for snipers, but I'll make an exception for this auction. Get in there, get your bids, and get your last second. Put it all in. Let's have this.
Help
stuff.
put a woman in charge.
Can we get a full screen of Joe Vo's bedroom again to celebrate that? There we go.
What do we bid on that?
Can we get back in there? Because maybe there's a few items we can list. I saw a
should-
beautiful cowboy hat on the lamp, I think.
I see he's using his exercise bike like everybody in America is.
We should sell stay in his room.
That's it. Win a night with the Family Guy director. I think that's a beautiful thing.
So do we watch The Goon next? That's 3 minutes left.
Yeah, that's really good.
Oh, yeah, let's watch that one.
I said the
Let's-
second fingerman. The second fingerman went for $431. Thank you, Marcus.
All
it's
right.
really great.
So
Yeah,
I'd
Bill,
like
you don't
to-
even. Go ahead.
No, I just want to take this opportunity to throw my love at Bill Morrison. He's brought a lot of joy in my life, and
Aw.
we worked together on the very first Treehouse of Horror comic book, among other things. He contributed
That's
to Madman Collections, and I've always gotten a kick out of him when he was hosting the Eisners with his wife. So just so if Bill ever reaches out, it's an easy yes if it's possible.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, Mike.
Oh, and we got
Mike
just
and
this last year we got to hang out with him at the Simpsons bar at
Yeah.
Moe's Bar at
That's right.
Universal.
At Universal, yeah, during OAX.
Yeah.
Mike and I bonded over our love for Bowie.
Oh yeah, I actually have a Mott the Hoople T-shirt on right now.
Oh my God!
You got to get this full size.
I was listening to Chris Carter's show, his British Invasion show today, and he played a Mott the Hoople song I hadn't heard in years, and it made me just go, "Oh, I gotta dig out some Mott the Hoople and put it on." It's so good.
Yeah.
Hey, and Ken, after the Goon page, let's go. There's this little guy. Who, I don't know. He drew something called Carrot Captain something. I don't know. That one's ending next. We'll see about that one. I think.
The crazy page is going to be done in 10 seconds here.
Man, Sunday's strip, $200, man. Somebody's got it.
And this has got not only Dick Tracy but the Spirit and Daddy Warbucks.
And they got
man.
that $207. Wow,
That's a steal.
I actually had a friend who's a collector today reposted about the auction, and the angle that they took was you're going to be able to get these amazing pieces below retail. So get into this auction. And when I just saw that go for $200, that's what echoed in the back of my head.
Yeah, look at Eric's Goon page right there with all that lush,
awesome, right?
The
Oh my
tones.
God.
The screen is
Started
frozen.
at $1.
Look at all those zombies, like going back into the shadows. It's amazing.
It's so cool. And how he uses the negative
Reflections.
space in the foreground. That's
Yeah.
And he told Bill to start it at $1.
Yeah. I asked Eric, what do you want to start this at? Because I was kind of torn. I didn't know where to
minute.
start it. And he said, start it at $1, and then we'll see what happens.
He's phenomenal.
And
Yeah.
he's a good
Eric also designed the logo for Cartoonist for Kamala.
Oh, beautiful.
It's funny because when I reached out to him about this, he contacted me and he said, I've been actually thinking of doing the same thing, a comic industry for Kamala thing. And he was already working on a logo, and he just gave it to us. He just said, you
pivoted.
guys
Nice.
can work with it.
That's great.
Yeah.
30 seconds left.
30
All right.
seconds.
Does it get a bump?
Oh,
Yeah.
this is
Listen.
worth so much more than $25.50.
Yeah.
Wow, somebody's getting a deal.
Yeah, all 10 seconds. All right, let's see. Come on, snipers. Where are you? Go in there. Come on.
Here we go. 5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
Ended.
Ended.
Yeah.
That's all. Listen, that's a good amount of money. 25,
Yeah.
50.
A lot of money.
Insanely
Can we
great.
call them
And-
interlopers?
And thank you, Eric. Thank you, Eric.
Yeah, thank you, Eric. If you're listening, or well, he'll get plenty of thanks afterwards. Believe me.
Yeah, but I mean, as you
Was
said,
he supposed to have a Goon cartoon made at some point?
What's that?
Wasn't there supposed to be a Goon animated movie at some point?
Yeah.
I don't know. Possibly. I know there was a joke panel at Comic-Con years ago with Tom Lennon and Ben Garant, where they played producers of a Goon movie. Has anyone heard about that?
Mm-mm.
Oh my God, it was hilarious. So Eric was in on it, and so they start this panel where these producers, these Hollywood guys, and it's really Tom and Ben talking about the Goon movie that they're going to produce, and
Eric's in the chat.
And there he is. Eric's
hey,
out
Eric.
there. So.
Hey,
Eric.
that almost looks like a
Hey!
Thank you, Eric. And as the panel goes on, it becomes clear that they've never really seen the Goon. They don't really appreciate what it is. And they talk like, oh, yeah, we love the comic. It's going to be great. It's going to be just like the comic. And then it gets stupider and stupider as they talk about what they're actually going to do. Until at one point, Eric stands up, and they have a breakaway chair. And he picks up this chair, and he slams it over the back of Tom. And Tom goes down. There's video of it somewhere. I think maybe on YouTube you can see it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Great gag panel.
Stole this Arvell Jones piece.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. 150?
They're sleeping. They're sleeping on these
Arvell's
guys.
the best. Arvell is one of my Detroit homies. So I get to see him fairly often, and what a great guy.
Uh-oh.
All right, Scott Shaw, Captain Carrot. Woo!
Scott Shaw.
2.5 minutes. 2.5 minutes.
Sorry, I'm an old man. I had to use the bathroom.
You're up.
Just in time.
All right, Arlen Schumer's piece went for 100.
Yeah.
Andy Ings for 61.
Mhm.
Aaron Souds for 157.50. Scott Koblish for 315. That was a steal. That was an awesome Deadpool full figure
That was
ink
a
drawing.
nice piece.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Scott Shaw, tell us about this Captain Carrot.
It's pronounced Scott Shaw.
Scott Shaw!
God, that drives me crazy.
You did it.
You
I
trust
did
you
that
drive me crazy
That
when
when I
I'm
was
trying to
11 years
spell
old,
check
so I
your
heard
name.
that for a long time.
I like the sofa king.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I got started and things just kept kept adding on, and the art itself doesn't look as raw as this. I've never been good at making my my scans be more like the real thing, but it's certainly lively. And considering DC will never do Captain Garrett again, where he's funny and a wise ass, I figured it was my job to bring him back.
So how many of the original Zoo crew are back there? Is it all of them?
Everybody, including Little Cheese, who was added halfway through the series, and then the second one that Jeff Johns wrote, or actually didn't write it, Bill did, but there was like a thing in the middle, was that character American Eagle, which would be pretty hard to own. But the funniest thing I thought about him was he's the only bird with 2 right wings.
Yes.
That's why everybody gets it, but he's like, what the hell is going on here?
I had the privilege of writing a 3-issue miniseries and working with Scott. We co-wrote it. I scripted it. But Scott gave me lots of good dialogue. And I wrote things like, here's this scene opens on a shot
Is
of
this the countdown?
Done.
We missed it.
Oh.
Whoa, I thought there was on my end there were a bunch of seconds left, huh?
Okay.
Nope. 510. 500.
Congratulations, Scott.
So I would write things like, so-and-so walks into the Captain Carrot version of San Diego Comic-Con. And then Scott draws this, like he was trying to keep up with Sergio, like this incredible kind of like overhead looking down scene on Comic-Con. And then adds all this chicken fat, all these jokes and gags. And it was the moment I realized, writers don't have to really work that hard when they're working with somebody else. They can just you can just suggest something. And if you have the right artist, they'll just fill in the blanks for you.
I have to tell you, after I showed it to Sergio, we were face to face, and he's looking at it, and then he just goes, shit. and just because he was kind of blown away that we went to that effort to put that together,
Yeah.
To have Sergio say shit in a good way, that's always good.
The Jill Thompson. That Jill Thompson was a steal too.
That was a steal too. That was an amazing.
I tried. I went for that one. I gave up at 350.
All right, so Aranga's up next, right?
Yep.
Yeah, this piece is just incredible.
If you guys don't know who Aranga is,
shame on you.
And tell people who Aranga is, or Jeff.
I don't know who Aranga is.
Aranga's amazing.
No, Aranga is one of our 4C artists. He's new to the comic art, and he's working away at it, and he's really killing it. And he did this beautiful piece for Bill, and
I mean, he did a cover a couple of years ago for the 25th anniversary of a 300 with Frank Miller.
Yeah.
So he did. I got one of those right here that he did for those. So if you haven't seen that, that's another beautiful piece by his. I know it's a little tiny on the screen, but
Ken asked me to help with Ranga's first sketchbook.
Yeah.
Like to just help size up the pages, get the art size correctly on the pages and stuff. And so I got to go through all the art, and I was just like, man, I got to up my game. Stuff is really good.
All right. Almost 10 seconds left, guys, for Aranga. It's $310. Come on, people. Put that thing up there.
It's like New Year's again.
5
and again
seconds.
and again.
4, 3, 2. There it is. $310.
Yeah,
All right. Good job, Aranga.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you.
You're doing better.
Another great piece. Another great piece. All right, let's see. We still have a little more time for Mike's piece. We have 21 minutes. Let's see what we can find. Oh, the non sequitur Sunday strip is ending in about a minute and a half. Anybody, if you want to throw that one up, that one's right now currently going for $4.55. Same thing with the Shadowhawk. This one's a deal. This $1,000 right now for a double page splash from Shadowhawk Vampirilla by Jim Valentino. That's just
that
spread.
piece. Not everybody sent me their originals because some people are just shipping directly to the winning bidders. But Jim Valentino sent me this double page spread, a normal man splash page, and a Shadowhawk pinup. And all of them blow me away. But this one, check out these buildings in the background.
Jeez,
I mean, great shots of Shadowhawk and Vampirella, and then just beautiful cityscapes. You know, the line work in this is amazing. And Jim is so generous. You just can't thank him enough for everything he sent.
I'm just blown away by that art. Truly.
Yeah, it's gorgeous, man. And one of the founders of Image. It's just, it's a piece you're not going to find. He doesn't do any shows that I know of. I haven't seen any shows that he's been to lately. So it might be your only chance to get some of this artwork. So 13 seconds.
He's a fellow Oregonian, and he throws a mean party.
Oh, well, there you go.
Fellow Oregonian, yeah.
All right. 2 seconds. One. All right. Somebody got it for $1,000. Great. Good job for them. And
right. I'm glad that one made at least its minimum because for a long time there were no bids on it, and I was like, "What the hell? Why is there nobody bidding on this?"
Right.
So,
and then excellent. The Willie Miller non sequitur went for $455. So congratulations. Thank you very much. Willie Miller.
Actually, we get
Wiley.
510.
Wiley. Sorry.
510.
So what do we have next?
Well, the non-sequitur one for 510.
Oh, sorry.
That's fantastic. That was a really nice piece too. Can we just? I was going to see if I could see it again.
Oh yeah.
Wiley's another guy who is always answers the call whenever I troll for donations. He's always very generous and always sends me something really great.
Let's see. So we've got a couple. We still have a little bit of time. I don't know. I think the Tim is probably the next one to go.
Yeah, that's just awesome.
And listen, $3,550 is, it seems like a lot of money, but go look to what his stuff sells for, and that a full figure Batman like that with probably goes for more than that.
Yeah, a great bargain. You own some original art, and it's for an amazing cause.
Absolutely.
We're going to save the world.
Yeah, no kidding.
God willing.
Yeah, well put. That's what I love about auctions like this is, like, not only can you get some amazing art, but you're not just buying something for yourself. You're in essence donating money to a great cause. So it's like, your money's pulling double duty. It's buying you something that's, a great investment, something you'll cherish, put on the wall, but it's also doing some good. So it's just win-win.
The emotion.
I think the phrase "win-win" was created for this.
There you go. Think about the emotional value of this, right? So if you have that Bruce Timm piece, and every time you look at that piece, you're going to think about how you purchased it and what that purchase meant, right? So you're going to have an emotional relationship with this piece and a moment in history for the rest of your life. I mean, it's really pretty special.
Sure. Hey, can we go back to the Benton Jews piece that just sold?
Wanted to show my how I value.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I had this.
Oh
with
wow,
nice.
That's very cool.
I've never seen it that big. I've only seen the trading card. That's great. Oh no, it was in that book. You did a book of all the trading card art.
Yeah, and then there's the Mad Maniverse library, which has everything.
Yes.
Over 200 different artists, including Bill Morrison.
Well, I don't know how you pulled that off, Mike. I mean, that was an amazing project to just get
I'm gonna be a while.
so many people to do your character. I mean, actually, it's not that surprising because Madman's a really appealing character, and I think everybody wants to do their version,
including Warner Brothers.
What?
that they had a character that had a design that looked very close to his.
Yeah, Bruce. Speaking of Bruce, Timm told me that they had Madman Comics open while they were working on it.
Oh, on Freakazoid?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I'll bet.
Oh, and just to let you guys know, the Kathy strip also ends the same time as the Bruce Timm. So, could be a Sophie's choice out there for somebody, but you got to watch them.
Boy.
Oh, I like this little comment from Marcus in the chat. Tim didn't like to draw Batman for commissions for a long time because he drew it so much for work.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's my day job.
Yeah.
So probably
His new
fewer
series
Batmans
is
out there than we would think.
Yeah. And then after the Tim, we've got the Walking Dead by Charlie Aldred. That's going to be another one I think is going to pop up a little bit at the end. I know Ken had his eye on that one for a little while.
Charlie is amazing, and that particular piece. I mean, Charlie can draw zombies. Nobody can deny that. But every so often, he does a zombie that's just like, oh my god, that's gorgeous. How can you get someone to say that about a zombie?
Gorgeous zombies.
Yeah. So what's up next?
The Tim's up next, as well as the Kathy strip, and then we do the Walking Dead piece, and then I think Mike's piece, and then your. Oh wait, let's see. Make sure I don't skip anything. Oh no, then it's the Jungle Book piece, then Mike's piece, and I think that's all the ones.
Oh, okay.
Ending tonight.
All right.
Gorgeous Zombies is a great band name, by the way.
Yeah.
What is?
Gorgeous Zombies.
Gorgeous Zombies.
Well, there already was a zombies, so this could be their sons and daughters.
So Marcus says it's 3,600 now. I assume that's the Bruce Timm.
Yep, Bruce Timm is 3,600 still.
Popped up.
A little under 3 minutes left, and we're still at 36. And that just jumped up in the last few minutes. I mean, so it's still out there, guys. It's not like somebody's put like a $20,000 bid on this and you don't have a shot.
No,
it changed
that's
hands.
an amazing opportunity. If anybody's actually on the bubble thinking about it, it's a Bruce Timm Batman. When you think of his association with Batman from the 90s on, man.
Yeah. I mean, the animated series is just
Batman.
It's in the zeitgeist of just, pop culture and comics.
Yeah. And not just animation, Mad Love. I mean, that's like one of the greatest single comics made in the past 30, 40 years.
Yeah.
Wow, there's a glowing review right there.
Yeah. And listen, this is the guy who basically created Harley Quinn. I mean, you're getting. Yeah. I know it's another reason to own it, so you can have an original piece of artwork by him.
Yeah.
A little under 3 minutes left on that one, and then we got just a couple pieces left, guys. But I want to thank all of the artists who have contributed to this, and they're still contributing because we're still getting pieces in. And I'm hoping by the time this is all done and said and done, we're gonna be able to really do some good for Kamala. It should be well worth it. And once again, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some people there who are just buying the art to buy the art, and that's okay too. The art's there to be bought. It doesn't have to be a political statement. It's great if it is, and we welcome you. We welcome anybody who's just a fan of art.
Two minutes.
By the way, speaking of political statements, this would be my official first public political statement. I only ever talk politics face to face. I never do it online. You'll never see politics on any of my social media. I never go there.
Yeah.
But this is just overwhelmingly stunning to me that this is even close. And so if I can just contribute even in the tiniest way, that's why I'm here.
Well, that's it, Mike. Right? I mean, I think that all of us are looking at this moment in history right now and saying, okay, like if there was ever a time to step up, now is the time. You may not have another opportunity. And, we're all blessed to be able to do the things that we do because we live in this country. We have a lot of freedoms. We couldn't do, a lot of the people who contributed pieces couldn't do those in other countries. So I think that it's a really admirable thing, and I think it's a wonderful thing to be on the right side of history. And I'm with you. I'm very, very low key with my posts in terms of my political content. I try to keep everything positive on the up and up. But this was one of those moments where I felt like if I don't do something, I may look back and say, I wish I did.
Yeah.
It's wonderful to be in a community of people who feel the same way.
Too important.
Yeah, I very much always try to keep an open mind. I've never belonged to a political party. I always want to hear what everybody has to say. I don't like that. I feel like the best idea should win.
10 seconds.
I'm always looking for the best idea. I'm always looking for the right way to make tomorrow better than today. And but in this case, I just feel like I need to, say something. I need to. This is just amazing to me.
Yep, there you go. And somebody got $3,827. So
right on.
Nice.
Thank you, Bruce.
Thanks, Bruce.
Hey, Bruce.
I don't know about you guys, but did you get a lot of online love when you're posting and sharing images for the event?
I don't even look at that stuff.
I can't help but gaze a little bit here and there, and
Joe and I have had an exchange this week with the MAGA of Jesus, who told us it was his I forget his biblical
I remember.
duty to.
Yeah, you were nice enough to chime in on that, and I was like, okay. Granted,
I've never seen so much hatred, flowing freely.
And that's the thing with if you look at like Mark Hamill's social media, like every time he posts a pro, Kamala thing, it's like the Trump people,
the trolls get in there.
They start attacking and commenting, and it's so distasteful to see. I mean, I post a lot of political stuff, but my social media is so weeded out that I'm kind of in an echo chamber at this point, so I don't really see it the way like someone like Mark Hamill must see it. Like,
I look at it, but it takes a little
cult.
nugget, and it sticks in your head, like, oh, that creep or whoever just said.
I deleted a few today.
They come. I sent Bill an email this morning, and it was like, oh, so here's like kind of an update. Like, here's where the Twitter post is, and I'm just taking screenshots because Bill's smart enough to not be on X, right? and I didn't realize when I took the screenshot at the bottom of it, somebody had sent me a reply back with a sticker that said, "Piss on Kamala," and the comment was like, "I'm ordering a dozen of these now. Thank you." And I was like, and Bill just replied like, "What is that?" Dude, this is the like daily dose of hate, and it's like, oh my god, Twitter.
Listen, even on the 4C page where we're advertising all of this, we had, and I will let anybody, think people can say whatever they want to, as long as they're not cursing or they're not being derogatory. Everybody has a different view, but I had to block somebody out because they were using bad language and they were being very offensive. And I'm like, you can't. I don't care if you've got a different view. If you say I'm not going to do this because it's not who I'm rooting for, okay, well, I don't know why, but that's your prerogative. But when you start being abusive and stuff, that's the only time I ever had to pull somebody off for something like that before. And it killed me to do it, but I wasn't going to let somebody, put foul language in.
Went right there. Sorry.
610. Good.
Oh, wow. That one jumped up.
Charlie.
$200.
So Marcus is asking us to show some of the newer pieces, and I thought it would be a good opportunity for Ray to talk about the two pieces that he donated because his don't come up tonight.
Sure. And just to let everybody know, and it will probably break in about 5 minutes because that's when Mike's is going to end. But
okay,
let's go. So we got a good 6.5 minutes. So
I do have a live feed from the Trump rally right now.
Hey! Hey!
That was awesome. Thank you.
You all do realize that if number 45 becomes king, he's already got a list for all of us. And I just
God, yeah.
I'll be in the same prison.
we'll be in the gulag.
I have to be in that prison if I have to.
And he won't give us paper and pencil either, I bet.
Oh, by the way, I live in Shelbyville. Springfield, the real Springfield is right next to us. Eugene, Oregon is Shelbyville.
Oh my God.
Is that right?
Mike, do you really? I have my best friend is in Springfield. I live in Coos Bay right now, but I'm in Springfield all the time.
Yeah.
These are ink wash drawings by Scott Morris.
That's so
Nice.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Scott sent 3 really nice ink wash drawings.
Super
wow.
Grover. Come
This
on.
might be
Super
my
Grover.
favorite piece of the whole auction.
Yeah.
I didn't see-
Steals.
Are these
Steals.
brand new, Bill?
What?
Are these brand new, Bill? I didn't see these.
I think I listed those maybe earlier today.
Wow,
That's a good one. That's a funny one.
This one's called Don't Stop the Count. He has names for all 3 of these pieces.
Oh wow.
This is Wayno.
Oh, nice.
Now the cool thing about this one is
Pumpkin
that
iron.
it doesn't even run until Halloween week. So this is a cartoon that nobody's ever seen unless you've been to the auction. And the thing I find cool about that is, like, if you're the winner of this, when that thing appears in the newspaper, you can point to it and say, "I own that."
Mine.
Yeah.
It's so sweet, right?
Yeah. 1 out of 3 people that read newspapers.
Well,
And
yeah.
and Bill, the Floyd Norman piece is going to end in a minute, just to let you know.
Oh, okay. Let's pay attention to that then. Why don't we go back to that?
Where's that at? Yeah, I'd like to see where the bidding is at.
Now this one, Floyd donated this. It's an original production painting from 1966 or 67 while they were working on the Jungle Book.
Wow.
So,
How big is it, Bill?
Oh, it's like about 8.5 by 11 or 9 by 12, something like that.
Hold on, I can tell you. I'll pull the description up.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I wasn't sure because Floyd does, beautiful watercolor drawings all the time as commissions.
8.5 by 11.
Vintage.
And he sent me this, and he said there was something about the letter that he sent along with it that made me think this might be an older piece. So I contacted him and I said, "Floyd, are you saying that this is a piece you did?"
1 done.
Oh,
What a steal.
Wow.
Yeah, that is a steal.
All
Yeah,
right.
that was my
Really see the background. Otherwise, it should have been a couple of grand.
Piece of history.
But Floyd sent me back a note and he said, "Yes, I actually did this while I was still working at Disney in the 60s." And he said that the idea of Shanty, which is the name of the little girl, coming in at the end was not part of the original script. They needed a way to get Mowgli to go back to the humans. And so they came up with this. I think Walt Disney himself came up with this idea of a little girl who he's attracted to, who kind of lures him back to the humans. And so I think maybe, I'm not sure who designed it, but he said that, I think he said Ollie Johnston animated the final scene. And they did this, Floyd did this drawing based on that. Way back in 66, 67.
Yeah, I was going to say, Mike, you can make your last pitch for why people should keep bidding for this beautiful thing.
Bid.
out of my pop art portrait series.
I want to see the rest of them. Not now, but
they're out in the ether probably.
I get a real like Ramita Senior vibe from the head that I like.
Yeah, him and Ditko, they're my go-to Spidey.
But the actual the logo looks much more contemporary.
Mike, did you do one of this series that you donated to the auction at OAX?
Yes.
And that one for how much?
$1 zillion.
Yeah,
it was a lot more than this. I want to say it was like in the 4,000 range.
You can go to my Instagram page, AllRedMD, and see all of them, all of the ones I did.
Yeah.
AllRedMD.
Yeah, AllRedMD.
Okay.
30 seconds ish. Throw those last minute bids in, guys. Pins
Paint on a canvas board.
and needles. We're all on pins and needles. 23 seconds. Yeah, I love how you can see the dots in the eyes too. It's just so cool.
Yeah, and the piece, actually seeing the piece, Mike, when you held the piece up, it looks like so much more vibrant.
Oh, it's gone up a little bit.
Here we go. That's what I want to see. That's what I wanted to see. Beautiful.
Oh!
Wow.
Whatever a spider
The
can.
interloper.
There you go. Congrats. Yes.
Good job, Mike.
Spider-Man does whatever a spider can.
Doubled in price in 10 seconds.
That was
Woohoo!
And
Listen,
What was that Instagram
you've
handle
got
again?
radioactive blood.
What's
Mike,
that Instagram handle again? What was that?
All Red MD, I believe.
AllRedMD.
that was exciting.
Yes,
Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I am rooting for the snipes for this auction.
Got
guy.
it.
And
Yeah, that was really
Laura and I
cool.
have kissed this. Our DNA is all over this thing.
Okay, who wants to do some sketch claims? Let's go.
Yeah. Well, it's all right. So there's still a ton of art. Let's look at some more of the art that you just put up today, Bill, or some of the new stuff.
Sure.
And then because everything that's going to go tonight already went, so the next stuff's not going to end tonight. That's everything for now. But there's a ton of other stuff on the.
Since we have Ray Alma here, let's look at his two pieces.
Yeah.
Ray, fantastic work, by the way.
Thank you.
I got your name from just a person I met up in Portland,
Hey,
Oregon,
Jim.
and then we connected, and I started to see all your political posts, and I'm like, oh man, this guy's perfect.
Yeah, and it's like like the first time Trump ran, it was like I teach in the animation department at the School of Visual Arts, and I'm aware of how much networking is important in getting work in animation. So I try to stress to my students not to burn bridges and try to be cordial with everybody. But there just comes a time where you just gotta just fuck it and just and put yourself out there and take a stand. And so even when Trump ran the first time, it was like I just started kind of slamming it as much as possible. So these days, and this is a new piece I just did because I'm formerly an idiot, a usual gang of idiots from Mad Magazine, but last few years storyboard animation. So I've been on the Beavis and Butthead reboot.
Fantastic.
So you worked for Colbert too, didn't you, Ray?
Yeah. We Colbert had an anti-Trump cartoon. Our cartoon president, I worked on that when that was out.
Oh, I love that show, Ray.
Yeah,
I
great.
love that show.
It wasn't bad. I was a little disappointed that it was a little weird because the protagonist is such a horrible person, so they couldn't really write him as horrible as he needed to be. So they made him more stupid, almost like Homer Simpson. But he's kind of horrible, and he needs to be more horrible. So I was a little disappointed at how watered down it was, kind of.
I can relate to that too, because we did in his first term, a Family Guy episode where instead of a chicken fight with Peter, it's Peter versus Trump. And it's one of my episodes, and it was very cathartic
I
for
gotta
me.
say
'cause,
goodnight.
I love that sequence.
Bye bye.
Keith, you're out of here?
Keep it
Bye,
going.
Keith. Good night, Keith. Thanks for joining us.
Bye,
Cindy.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you.
The echo's been driving me nuts.
There goes Cindy.
Dun, 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 dun.
The story.
Yeah, the Peter versus Trump was such a great sequence, man.
It was very cathartic because I did a lot of that myself, and but at the same time, it was, you know, we took jabs at him, but we didn't really like go for a killer blow. And I think, you know, just playing the, you know, well, we agree to disagree when it was all said and done. But
and that's and you know, that's kind of the thing that pisses me off too, like with the Trump people that get so bent out of shape when you make fun of Trump. Like, you know, there's like Family Guy kind of makes fun of everybody, and that was like with Mad Magazine, where anything that Mad did that was against Trump, they would lose their minds, and it would be like, well, no, Mad also made fun of Obama and Clinton, and you know, like, you don't have to be so freaking sensitive. Like, oh, I love this. Oh, I love how this is painted and these.
This is here's the other rub about this whole event. Like, you know, I have paintings that I do for myself and I show in galleries and stuff. But for this, I was like, oh, I think I got to do, you know, the Family Guy thing would be great. But then also just for therapy, I'm like, I do these little cartoons. And when, you know, the Republicans were so sensitive to being called weird, I was like, oh, man, that's a great hat, you know. American weirdos. So, yeah. But, look at that one. Sweet.
Here's Dave's Patty and Selma.
Oh, it's so great.
Kamala. Nice.
Sweet line art.
Yeah. That was always the thing when I started working with Dave. You know, I was a really young kid starting at HBO, and Dave comes strolling in from were you on Pinky and the Brain before that?
No, after HBO was my first job in animation.
And Dave's line was just so smooth. Like, I've always had a little like, but yeah, just like a dancer with the inks.
You know, it's the thing. You know, you start to realize. I remember like back in the day, people would talk about like Charles Schultz and stuff. They go like, "Oh, his hand's not that good anymore." You know what I mean? Like artists get older, and your hand doesn't do the things that you want it to do. You know. And I used to always think like, not me. Like my hand's a rock, man. I could like, and I've officially reached that point where I go, there's moments where I just go like, oh my God, give the boy some crayons. It's all over.
Tell me about it. I'm 73. I just had hand surgery that got infected, and then they gave me a new medicine that I was incredibly allergic to. And I'm still drawing with it. So you just gotta grit your teeth. We're in the best place ever when it comes to medical stuff to get us keep going.
Yeah.
Right. That's the nightmare, right, Scott? I mean, man, constantly worrying about your hand, and you've gone through that.
How long were you out with the surgery? Like, did it keep you?
It was like a half-hour thing. I mean,
but I mean, were you like not able to draw for, you know, a couple weeks, or was it you were back?
No, actually, I had to finish the Svengoolie comic, so I had a big bandage on it and was still inking with it.
He was drawing during the surgery. He was drawing the Svengoolie surgery.
You didn't whip out your like left
your
foot?
shoulder and elbow.
Yeah, you know, it doesn't matter. Deadlines are, you know, that's what controls our lives, you know.
Speaking of which, the ghost of Mr. Chicken is on right next to me here as we're talking.
Wow.
I love the movie tonight.
Yeah,
it's movie Saturday night, baby.
And after that is Fiend Without a Face, which is
a
lot better than Don Knotts, frankly.
I'll tell you what, though, I love this movie. It's like it's my Halloween tradition. I have to watch this movie once a year. I love Don Knotts. I love the character actors in this film. It's like everything.
And his girlfriend is gorgeous.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, how did you get her?
Well, you know.
Hell no.
Hey, Ange.
Thank you, Brian.
Yeah, thanks, Brian. Thank you so much for bidding and winning. That's great.
Yay, Brian.
Yeah, thank you, Brian.
That guy Brian is a winner.
Hey, I wanted to say some talk about what Ray was saying about being able to like be free as artists and do these sort of things. I think comedy, one of the things that's really, suffered in the last 20 years is the ability to do comedy, right? We look back at shows, you look back at Richard Pryor, like the Richard Pryor had a variety show, right? But look at all those shows, All in the Family, Sanford and Son, and how we dealt with race and society back then in a civil way. And comedy was sort of like that valve that let the steam out of the kettle, right? Mm-hmm. And we've kind of lost that, we've lost that. So I think that one of the things where I look at all of us as artists, and it doesn't even have to be political, it's just about being that voice, right? Of being like not afraid to do what it is that makes you happy. And if people like it, great. If they don't, that's okay too, because that's, what makes for a healthy democracy, right? Not everybody's going to like what you like. And so anyway, I'll get off my stuff.
Well, I always like pushing people to Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That talk about fearless, but Kristen Olsen, who plays Sweet D on that show, she's was a University of Oregon student, and we made a no budget horror feature called Eyes to Heaven, and that's her first thing on her IMDb page.
Oh, nice!
Oh, wow!
Yes, we gave her big break.
Yeah, I love her. Oh man,
that's cool.
So we got a couple. Where is everybody? Like, I'm California. Where is everybody?
I'm in Michigan.
Michigan.
LA.
I'm in New York.
New York.
Oregon.
Yeah, Eugene, Oregon.
Florida.
And just outside of Washington D.C. So
nice.
I'll be where all this is going to go down.
Hence the commander shirt. All right, that makes sense.
Listen.
All right, I should have guessed
You're
that.
in the thick of it.
Oh yeah, listen, 3 weeks, guys, and all of this stuff's going to come to some sort of a conclusion.
Yeah.
So
wow.
Hopefully the one we're fighting for here.
Yeah. Exactly, and hopefully it's the numbers are so great that there's really no arguing the victory.
I think no matter which way there's going to be arguing, but that's let's listen. It'll all work out.
My prediction is that he's going to get trounced.
Oh,
trout. I mean, nobody's the one thing. My daughter goes to LSU. She's not part of any polls. They're all voting for Kamala.
They are.
He's going to forget about the polls. He's going to lose. This thing's going to be over quick. I really think he's going to get a
I think so, but
he's going to win some red states, of course. But
yeah.
Well, I'll tell you. Here's my little conspiracy theory of the day. The last since the Mark Hamill tweet went out, my Facebook feed is zero. Like, I'm not getting. I've made posts, and I'll make a post, and I'll get an average, 30 likes on something. I don't have a huge following, but I get 30 likes if I post something, right? And I've made 2 posts for the auction in the last 24 hours with zero.
Oh,
and I started checking and going like, wait a minute, do I need to refresh my feed? What's happening? And I literally feel like the algorithm is not working to my advantage right now on this. And I go, there's kind of like a silent break that the social media companies can put on things.
Yeah.
And
I think they gave you the old Zuck you.
Yeah.
Possible. It's like if you discuss a product in front of your device, you get the ad for that product in a little while. It's a little unnerving. So you never know.
Well, I mean, we just live in a time. I remember I did a podcast a year ago with a guy who was a former CIA agent, and I was saying something to him about my security, and he laughed at me, and he said, they've been listening to you since the advent of the cell phone. And he goes, if the government wants to know anything about you, all they have to do is go out to your trash and they can find your DNA and all this evidence that they need. He goes, but unless you're doing something that you need to be concerned about, who cares? And it kind of let me free because I was like, he's absolutely right, because we're being constantly monitored. It doesn't matter what you do, right? You can't click on a website now without, accept all cookies. For today when I clicked on this chat, right? So all of our data is being gathered and shared, and that's.
I mean, whoever won Mike's Spider-Man painting now has a bit of his wife's DNA.
Right?
Oh, that's right.
Do you think
Yikes.
if they do come after us, though, it'll be like if I got a knock on the door from some of those new Tesla robots knocking at the door to bring me in? That might be kind of cool.
Well, my favorite meme was two photographs. The first of Trump, and it said, "I want to see Biden in prison." The second was a photo of Biden. It says, why does Trump think I'll visit him in prison?
I want to know if I can get like a letter from
I was
you
going to
guys.
say earlier.
I want to get like proof that I donated, so that this is going to the campaign somehow, so that they'll stop emailing and texting me.
Oh, good.
Oh, dear God. I listen, I am all for this election. I want this to go our way. But if I get 15 more of those today, and by the way, guys, don't try blocking the numbers. It doesn't matter.
It's different number every time. Yeah.
It doesn't matter. And not only that, if you call those numbers, sometimes people will answer those numbers and they'll have no idea that somebody sent you a message from that number because they can spoof numbers. And it just drives me insane.
Yeah.
If you comment on,
I know to turn it down.
if you comment on Kamala's Facebook page, like if you just put like a heart or a thumbs up to something, you get like an instant DM from her saying, "Hi, friend." And it's like the first time it happened, it was I'm like, "Oh, Kamala's DMing me."
You've been in that inner circle for a while now, Ray.
Hi, Ray. You sexy son of a
Pretty
gun.
great.
Right.
Oh man. Well, dudes, I got
I'm looking at the.
Wait a minute! Don't leave now. Ray was just going to start to tell free class stories.
I was just going to say, I'm looking at the comments, and they're mostly from Marcus. And I feel bad that we didn't actually have Marcus in the show.
Where is Marcus?
Marcus is he's kind of a shy guy.
How many?
He likes
Marcus
to comment. I don't know if he's a big on-screen
Marcus
guy.
has been very active. Scott,
No.
or Ken rather, do we know how many people were tuned in?
It fluctuated, not a whole lot. Saturday night's a tough night, but it fluctuated.
Okay.
Right now there's 11 people watching.
Yeah, but listen, but the good news is even though we were doing this live and we're watching these end, because these auctions are ongoing, people will probably watch this later, and they'll people will chime in and they can leave comments after the fact and stuff, and it's definitely like I said, this even if these shows don't get a lot of viewership live, people will watch them later, and hopefully it'll bring more attention to the eBay auction, because guys, we got days left of this thing and we still have pieces we haven't listed yet.
Well, I was just happy to see all you guys.
Pieces.
Yeah, it's nice to see all these faces. I've seen the names,
Yeah.
posts, and
Same here.
yeah. And thank you so much again for organizing. And I know it's been an adventure figuring it out. Dave's gone dark, but thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Mark.
Cut him off.
Thanks, Mark, for all he does.
Thank you, Mark Hamill.
Yeah, thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
A lot of good dudes out there.
Absolutely.
Ladies,
Mark Hamill, he's here now.
Michael, is that a Hot Toys Luke Skywalker?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
I don't. You probably can't make it out, but up there is Bay 94. I built that diorama. So
Wow.
there's another.
Sweet,
there's
yeah.
another Mark, right.
Those are all Hot Toys too?
Yeah. Actually, this is a sideshow.
Oh, okay.
Hot Toys didn't do the original X-Wing pilot, Mark, but they did the snow speeder.
Nice.
One thing I've learned about this nice little meeting with you guys is I gotta update or upgrade my background space. It's just pretty sad. I got some shirts over there, but it's just a glimpse into my world.
That's okay. When you stepped out of your room, we went full on your room, so we saw everything.
Hey, we got a new Peter Brady.
Slinkier things around. So
there's Rick Hoberg is the new Bobby. Oh yeah, isn't that awesome? Stunning how realistic those things.
Oh, right behind you, it's dead on. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Black Widow. That's so happy Avengers.
So we can say that Scarlett Johansson was on with this.
Hey everyone, Rick.
This descended into chaos.
Everybody, Rick. Everybody, welcome Rick Hoberg.
SpongeBob was here.
Rick Hoberg's here. Rick Hoberg's here.
Everybody
welcome, Rick.
Hey, Rick.
Rick, show us your toys.
Hi, Rick.
Oh, how big is that bender back there?
Oh, he's a big one.
Yeah, is that like 1-to-1?
It's no, it's 3D printed though.
Yeah,
when I got
I'm building a 1/6 scale. I'm building a 1/6 scale X-wing for him.
Wow.
I just pulled him out of the cockpit.
Wow.
Hey, Ken.
Yes.
Can we show Rick's piece?
I love that idea.
Nice to meet you, Rick.
Hey, Rick.
Hey, nice to meet you. Except for Scott, I know.
Everybody
Rick,
knows.
I love your piece. Thank you so much for donating it. Love it.
Ken, let's show. Let's show Rick Star Wars piece.
He's looking for it, Bill. He's looking for it.
Okay, since we're talking about Luke Skywalker. Rick and I were just at a show.
I was scared to death when I did it.
What'd you say, Rick?
I said that when I first did that, I was scared to death to do it because it's basically a take on the Hildebrandt painting. And Roy said, no, that's what I want. Become one of those pieces that the fans, they just love this thing, you know?
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's a piece of history.
It's really cool.
History.
Yeah.
$730 for 3 days ago.
Wow.
Yeah, we're doing all right. Now, when does this one close? In about 3 days? Something like
3
that?
days, yeah.
3 days.
Something like that, yeah.
Hey, can I throw I might be able to use in the auction? Is that possible?
Can you what?
Can I give you one
I couldn't
more
hear you.
piece
Kind of breaking
to
up.
sell?
Oh, he wants to donate one more
I
piece.
said, can I give you one?
Yeah, absolutely.
How could I say no to that?
Yes.
Let me show you.
Oh, go put him on full screen, Ken. He wants to show it.
We got breaking.
Mission never paid for it, and he never picked it up. But all it needs is a little ink work. It's a Marvel one thing, and it's the pencil work of Captain America and the Submariner and
oh wow.
And it'll link up really nicely, and it might sell for a good piece for you.
Oh, great.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you, Rick.
That's very nice.
That's fantastic.
Okay, well, I'll take a good scan of it and send it to you.
Okay.
And if it's if once it sells, I'll have it all linked up and ready to go.
Oh
Fantastic.
my God.
Oh my God.
Look at the size of that thing.
Now, I'll bet on that.
That's no moon.
Anyone?
That's no moon. That's a space station.
Oh my God.
That's really cool.
That is cool. Jeez.
What's happening? Gee.
Honestly, Mike, I don't know how you have time to draw comics.
Time is
Guys,
the enemy.
I have to go.
Joe, I'm
Great
going
to meet all of you.
Thanks,
Bye,
Joe.
Joe.
Have a great night, Joe. Thank you
Chat
for
with you
joining.
on the old internet.
Thanks for copying at the end. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Joe.
Those are
Thank you,
great
everybody.
pieces,
Nice meeting
Joe,
y'all.
that you contributed. Thank you so much.
Yeah, nice stuff.
Awesome.
Ah, man,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thanks,
Ditto.
Joe.
Enjoy the weekend.
You too.
I'm gonna follow Joe on the way out and watch some Svengoolie and have some dinner.
Do
it's 9 o'clock here in New York. So thanks for having me, guys, and thanks for doing all this. It's really, really cool.
Thank you, Ray.
Thanks, Ray.
I'll say goodbye now too. Then
on social media too, Ray. Really appreciate it.
Take care, guys.
Thank you.
Okay,
Bye,
take care.
Bye,
thank
Ray.
you, everybody.
Mike,
Bye.
thank you.
Bye, Mike.
Have a great one.
You're
All right,
dropping
I gotta head out too, gentlemen. I'm sorry, but
Nope.
it's getting to be that time for me as well. So I'm just gonna say thank you.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
And
Thank you so much, Dave.
Before you leave, Dave, can I say something to you, Dave, please? The fact that you and Bill went to all this trouble to learn how to do stuff the government way, being cartoonists, I can't imagine what it was like to try to digest that stuff. So thank you for putting up with bullshit like nobody.
We did it, so you don't have to.
there you go. Hey, look, it's got Shaw.
No, it's not.
Thank you
Scott,
so much.
Big fucking deal. Anyway, see you later. Thanks a lot.
All right. Yeah, Dave, thank you so much. We
Thanks,
appreciate it, buddy.
Take it back.
Everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you. And I'll say this real quick. I said to Bill this week, and I told you last time, when I first wanted to get into this business, I wanted to be the youngest syndicated cartoonist in America. That was my goal. I joined the National Cartoonist Society. I went to a meeting in San Diego, and you were there, and Sergio was there. And I left that meeting on cloud 9. I felt like I was in the company of the masters and like so inspired. And so here we are today. And a big part of that is because of guys like you that got guys like me to keep doing what we were doing. So I got nothing but love for you, Mr. Shaw. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much.
All right. On
now-
that note, I will say goodbye.
Bye-bye.
All right, Dave. Have a great one, bud.
I don't
Bye-bye.
need a shirt for nothing.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much.
Yep. Traces of peanuts. Well, listen, it's just you're down to just the boring old three of us.
Thank you.
Well,
guys.
I think that the first round. I don't know. I think the first round was a really big success, Bill. I think.
Yeah, I'm a little confused because I've been able to go to my eBay like sellers hub and find out from looking at listings like how many bids we've got, like how much money.
Mm-hmm.
And once the bids started closing, that all changed. So now it says total 12,991.61, and then auctions with bids 11,991.61.
Okay.
So like $1,000 difference between these two numbers, but where's the number? I mean, it was at over 23,000 or 28,000.
Well, I think it's because some of them
So,
haven't been paid yet. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a little confused because I want to know like exactly how much money we've got coming in bids, and now I can't see that number because it dropped from 28 down to 12.
Yeah, well, I think you just have to wait for the money to come in to people to pay, and then you can always look at each one individually too if you want to see who's paid, who hasn't, and that way you can get kind of an idea of which ones are outstanding or not. But for the most part, most people pay within 24 hours, so it should be. And if they don't pay within 2 days, they will get a lot of messages from eBay asking what the heck's going on, why haven't you paid yet? So
yeah, well, some people have already paid, so that's good. Actually, if I look under payments, payments. So I've already got 11,660.50.
Oh, so that's wonderful. That's good, and that's everybody who's paid for stuff. And once again, there's still some people I know who haven't paid yet. So once it all comes up, it should be more closer to that $28,000 number minus the bids that are still open right now. So that'll be good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay.
And just for a selfish promotion here, all three of the guys on screen are going to be in New York Comic Con in a couple days, guys. So if you're going to be in the area next week, come visit us. We'll be in Artist Alley, and we're going to keep watching all these auctions end over the next couple days. And as we get more people, I think we're going to, obviously, you see live on this show, we have another piece that we're going to add to the auction. So there's still pieces coming in, so that we're going to run this until these pieces run out. So probably most of them will be done. I would imagine by the end of the New York weekend. I would think we probably wouldn't have any much more after that. But yeah, we're gonna get it all in, donate it all up, and hopefully 3 weeks from now we'll have the solution to this country's problems.
Hope so.
We'll see.
Thanks everyone who tuned in. Thank you so much, and keep checking in and keep bidding. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yep. Everybody have a wonderful night, and thank you to Ken for hosting all this party for us, and and Bill for setting this whole thing up, and thank you for putting up with me, even though I was late. Sorry, that's my fault.
No, that was not your fault. That was my fault, because Ken had told me it was going to start at 7:45, but then the link said 7:30, and I thought, oh, I guess Ken changed his mind, and I didn't think to ask him about it. So I've been telling everyone 7:30, and so we had to start earlier than anyone was expecting, except for me. So thank you for accommodating that.
No, absolutely. I was once again, I came on, I was like, oh look, everybody's waiting for me, and then I saw the ticker going, and I was like, oh, they weren't waiting, and then I saw my messages, and I was like, I'm an idiot. But that's all right, guys. So yeah, keep bidding on this, and the auctions, the current auctions will end. I think the longest one right now is 3 days, but as we add more art, they're going to go on a little longer. We're doing
every auction is a 5-day auction.
There you go.
And there are still maybe 6 to 10 things that we haven't posted. So those will probably go up tomorrow. So then 5 days from that, so that's going to be Friday, right?
Yeah, right in the middle of New York Comic Con. Perfect.
Yeah.
Excellent.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, guys. Have a great night.
I'm going to take off.
All right.
And thanks again, everyone, for tuning in. Hope to see you soon.
Yep, absolutely. All right, everybody out there, have a wonderful night, and we'll talk to you all soon.
I can't watch this anymore. I'm going to bed.
How much for Krusty's bed? $50. Sold. Good night, everybody.